Claudette Colvin, the schoolgirl who fought for black rights in the South. Black in Alabama. Claudette Colvin was born in 1939 in Montgomery, Alabama. She was a confident and hard-working young girl, quiet, well-mannered, and intelligent. When Miss Nesbitt, her 10th grade teacher, asked her what she wanted to be when she grew up, she replied, "President of the United States." But at that time in Alabama and other southern states of America, there were laws that kept white and black people apart. Officially, they were separate but equal, but everyone knew that black people were treated very unfairly. And as a black American, that made Claudette angry. There was segregation everywhere. The churches, buses, and schools were all segregated, and you couldn't even go to the same restaurants. White and black people were born in separate hospitals, went to separate schools, and even watched movies in separate theaters. But one place where they were together was on the buses. Buses had special rules, though. The 10 rows of seats at the front were for white people. Black people had to sit at the back. If all the seats at the front were taken, the driver would order black people to stand up and let more white people sit down. Taking a stand. On March 2nd, 1955, 15-year-old Claudette finished school as usual and caught the bus home with her friends. The 4 girls sat in a row, 2 on either side of the aisle, with Claudette by the window. The bus got busier, and soon all the seats for white people were taken, so when a white passenger got on, there was nowhere for her to sit. Quickly, Claudette's 3 friends stood up to let the ladies sit down, but Claudette didn't move. I could not move because history had glued me to the seat. At school that week, Claudette had been learning all about the slave trade. Africans and Black Americans had been slaves in the South until the trade was ended less than 100 years earlier. Claudette had read about Black heroes like Harriet Tubman and Sojourner Truth, who had helped slaves escape their owners and fought for change. That day, Claudette wanted change too. There were now 3 spare seats on the bus, but the white lady would not sit down. Black people and white people could not even share the same row. The bus driver yelled at Claudette to move, but she still did not get up. He called 2 policemen over and they demanded she move. Again, she refused. Claudette knew she was in serious trouble, but she wanted to make a stand by staying seated. The 2 policemen dragged her off the bus. Her school books flew everywhere. Claudette was very frightened, as white policemen had been known to beat up black people, even children. They put her in handcuffs and took her to the police station. She was alone and scared. I was tired of hoping for justice. When my moment came, I was ready. When Claudette's mother heard what had happened, she rushed to the police station to see her daughter. After paying some money, she was allowed to take Claudette home. By now, news of the brave girl had spread around the black community, and her neighbors and friends lined the streets in support as she drove past. Shaking up the world. Claudette's protest was followed by more demonstrations. 9 months after Claudette, Rosa Parks was also arrested for not giving up her seat on a bus. Then, inspired by Claudette and Rosa, thousands of black people refused to use the city's bus system until things changed. Over a year later, making people sit separately on public transportation was finally made illegal. Claudette's bravery helped make things fairer for black people across America. It encouraged more people to support the civil rights movement until eventually segregation was brought to an end.